So guys, this is how, or underneath here is where Beeton Hough has been housed for the last several months, in a garage full of, well, just a garage full of stuff. I've already hoovered out the loft, so there's no dust around apart from certain bits of it. I have checked on her from time to time to see if that she's in nice clean order. There are a few parts. That bit there needs redoing, but other than that there's a few cosmetic pieces by here on that one, which has got that, and then put that back in place. Right, that small one is wrapped around. So back in a sec and I will show you, well, getting it out, I suppose. So just finished putting the layout into the loft. Bit of a struggle, bit out of breath, shows that I'm unfit. It's quite heavy, all the pieces really. It's absolutely squelching in there. I've had to come out to get a breather just for the fact that the sweat is absolutely dripping off me. I've had to wipe my face several times. I'm going to switch the camera around. Oh, actually no, yeah, we'll walk up this way, it's easier. So into the oven again it goes. Right, so as I said, you definitely tell the difference of heat from the house. So as I said, from one side the loft, sorry guys, to the other is 15 feet. Beeton Hough, well, Beeton Hough is 14 feet. Real powerful shadow. So I've literally that much of a gap. It will go, the layout will come this way a bit more, or I might just put in a piece there. Right, so this is it. This is it in its full entirety of how it is or was. This will probably be the last few snap shots of it before I start doing plastic surgery and whatnot to it. I'll basically start on this end of the idea I've got. So obviously, mind all the crap there. I'm going to have all this boarded out here. It's going to come, I think, to about there. Maybe with an angled corner piece. So that isn't going to be like that. Obviously, I'm going to have it around a swoop and curve. So my idea of thinking is where that tree is with a road, I'm going to cut down to there and then across, I think, from just the other side of them. We'll go closer. So about here, I'll cut, chamfer it all out, and then I'll put it on a curve, or try to get it on a curve, and then obviously the gap, the road will continue to go up, through and around, and then come over wherever that bridge tunnel is, the opposite side, and then come along this side. So obviously these, although these are just 2 tracks with a head shunt, on the, pardon me guys, trying to get me breath back. It's absolutely boiling in here. Literally, as I'm talking now, the sweat is literally pouring off me. This track here serves the purpose, or was, the single line that comes into the station here, and then that one there splits and goes that way to that way. So that's going to change. This line here will still be connected to the other ones, but by here, I think just before this signal, it's going to branch off this side of the signal box and then come round that way, and then that track there will be one of the two main lines. Them two here obviously will get these, they will be the two mainline tracks that will come in. I will then put here a piece that comes into this one, and then that one will then go onto, well, this piece of track here will be eliminated for the time being, because I know this point here, when we were doing exhibitions, kept stalling trains, so that is going. So then these two will come along here. Obviously this track here will be a little bit more closer because I'll be getting in a platform along this side. So they'll come along, obviously that one's staying where it is for now, but this piece will come along here, come in, and then when it gets to by here where it's shortened out, that point will get removed, as is the correct distance between. So this double slip, double point work, whatever. Sorry guys, I'm having to literally wipe the sweat from my forehead so it's not dripping on the layout at all, because twice whoever said having a layout in the loft was a good idea. So yeah, then the two main lines then, this part of the station area and them row of houses. Them row of houses will be built up on top, and then this, I'll salvage that building. This is quite a nice building, and then the same with this single, the branch line. It won't stop there, obviously it'll swoop round underneath, and then the same with the main lines. They will go around a curve and then go that way. I do apologise guys, this is this is ridiculous. I'm not even being ginger, I'm not used to this hot weather. The goods shed will be staying where it is. This siding will continue alongside, but I may think of it, I may run it just a little bit closer to that line, and it'll, if I can get it alongside here and possibly stop at the same. I'd like to put in another siding along here, obviously for the purpose, and separate, because there's a cattle grid there and a coal one there. So this siding that will come along here where this crane is, that will get moved to there. That siding will get shortened to, I'm thinking about there, making that cattle grid slightly a bit bigger to the wall, and then having them coal yard, dispense, whatever's down here, obviously with that line being shortened. So this then, obviously I'll get some more warehouses. I need to get, I'm trying to think now, some more Metcalf buildings. Obviously the difference between this layout, or this side of the layout, and the side that I've, well, the kits I've built, obviously this side is red brick, the other side is stone brick. So obviously this part of the layout will be more of like a town, more of a more populated town, and the other side will obviously be more of a sorry guys, it'll be more of a rural village scene. Obviously with this section being raised, I'll have the road, that's another thing I'll have to contemplate as well. This road coming in, that'll be another factor for that being shortened, so I can have the ramp coming here. Them factories and warehouses will get moved on, so they're along by here. Yeah, and then obviously that back seam there will get lifted up, as it's bolted to the bottom of the board at the minute. But yeah, they're the changes I'm wanting to make. As I said, there's a piece by there, there's a few pieces along here, there's that piece there that needs screwing down. I've changed my idea on where it's going to sit, because of obviously it's from down there along just in front of that post. You can't really see. No, 2 seconds, guys. Just see if we can get a bit of light down there for you. So yeah, get out the light. So yeah, it's just before that post. So it runs all the way along to that corner, along there, and then along back here. Which I have said on videos with the layout, I would have to drop them down due to these two supporting beams being in an awkward position of where they are. I'm no structural engineer, but common sense was that should more or less be up here. But I'm not changing it because it costs quite a lot of money, and I don't have that kind of money. So where these are is where the layout will be. So I'm thinking the layout's going to be about up to here, I think, and then obviously the top of the back scene may come to here. With all this rubble, whatever it is, I don't know. Possibly birds have got in here or something, I don't know. It'll get cleaned up. I'll possibly leave that till it's a lot cooler or on a rainy day, because at the minute as it stands, it's as I've said, I am absolutely pouring with sweat. I'll switch the camera around a minute just so you can see of how bad it is in here. We've got a light, which isn't the best because that's also contributing to the heat in here. We'll be getting a strip light there, or if I can get one long big one, then all the way along, but if not, then it's one by here and one down there. All these, I'll be getting some small thin sheets of whatever, basically, just to fill in these. I've already hoovered up. There's the old Hoover. Hoovered up all the cobwebs. I'll be putting a back scene along there, bit of plywood, and then there I will be taking a piece of wood from the top of that to the top of there, and the bottom to the bottom, just so that it covers the gaps. And with this being old brick, I want to kind of hide it off. There's a few bits down the bottom there where I'll cut small pieces out and put them in or whatever, or just put, actually saying that, the gap at the sides there, that'll be covered up with a 2x4 battening. So I'm going to have it battened so the weight is all distributed. The layout I've got now, I have noticed that the flooring hasn't exactly sagged, but and it's not buckling under the weight. It's just imprinted quite a considerable amount into the carpet, and the carpet was quite new when we moved in. So for that reason, and although they've had to raise the joists, as you can see there, for the flooring to go down, I don't want the weight in certain spots. I want it spread all the way out, so it's not just a screw. So it's not all. It's not going to force anything down or thingy. But other than that, now that I've made this step into finally having a decent size layout, although the one I've got at the minute, you know, I've gone fond of, shall we say. It's a shame I didn't get further. As I was saying in my other stream, the live stream the other day, to Stuart and Jason from Valley Rook and Barnos Junction, it's a shame I didn't progress the scenery any more than what it was. But looking at the work I've got here and the knowledge I know, and especially with doing the new exhibition layout for Chester Model Railway Club, I am really looking forward to getting me hands into this. As I said, you know what I mean, looking of how long that platform is, where the little fence is, that's where it'll go raised. So where although to be fair, it's quite a long platform looking at it. What I may do is, with the raised section, is put a little road along here with a few same as Metcalf buildings. I can't low relief ones. That's what I was looking for, because obviously these are the full ones here. And I may put a small board along here, put in a road, and put in like a little ticket office or something, and a set of steps going down onto that one and onto that one, so that if for any reason someone's in a rush and, you know, the train's sat there and it's waiting to depart, they haven't got a faff around trying to get through that, they can just, you know, park up here, whatever. And then what I'll do is I'll continue that road in, and I'll put it down, or I might even connect it up with that one. I don't know yet. We'll see how that plan lays out. But yeah, as I said, it'll come round on the boards over there and then come along this side. I've got a switch there for the light, which is quite handy where it is. At the start it was annoying, but now I've got used to where it is, so I don't think I'm going to move it from there. The only difference is when I'm climbing up, if I back up for a sec, I haven't got anything to lean onto. So what I'm going to do is off, I think, what did I measure? Right, my phone's just told me that it needs to cool down, so I'm just going to stop the video there for a sec, and I will continue the conversation on in a minute. Right guys, and we're back 10 minutes later after my phone cooling down. So as I was saying, the layout's going to come across here, obviously battened. This piece here, I'm going to put on a curve, or a bit of a triangle, just so it doesn't take so much of this away, just in case I hit my head. But what I'm thinking of is putting, from the batten work, some trellis here, just to hold on to, with a little, like a banister coming from the top just to the bottom here, obviously, because that red handle, once you go above that, apart from putting your hand on the floor, I haven't got nothing else to hold. So yeah, it'll come round, feed into the figure. Oh my god, it's getting worse up here. Into the configuration I drew up, which the way it swoops around and then comes back is going to mainly be by here. So the first bridge I'm thinking is going to be directly in line with that batten, and then comes round. Station's more or less going to be by here, and then it's going to swoop back round, come round and go that way. I will be doing 2 fiddle yards, due to the fact of, I think the inclines and declines, it's going to be, if I do it all under one, trying to get both of them elevated and coming up and down, it's not going to work out. So under this part is going to be the fiddle yard for both main lines. I may have six tracks, 6 lanes to one track for the both main lines, so that's 12 tracks. And then the branch line will be underneath here, and that will have, I think, 4. But then the way I've got it, I want it positioned is so that the 4 are this side, so I can more or less get my hand underneath, although it'll be quite a gap underneath, and reach the 4th, which will be about there, I'm thinking. And then the back bit there is where the inclines and declines will go up and down for coming back onto the layout. So I'm thinking from that side it's going to go down. As I said, as it swoops, it's gonna go not down, but like gradually before it declines. It comes round, runs around the back, along, down, close to the fiddle yard, wherever, and then to that one. Because I'm just thinking now, actually, would it be better doing it the other way around, so that the main lines are on that side and the branch one on that one. Yeah, I'm thinking that's better off. So yeah, so just ignore what I just said 30-50 seconds ago. So the 2 main lines will come down underneath, they'll go on the back of the boards underneath, around, still underneath, then enter the fiddly hard this side. Obviously 2 splits off into 12, along, possibly stop there or whatever, and then start the coming up part again, around, goes round, and then it will come out on the opposite side, so more or less by here, out into the urban countryside village scene, go round, actually thinking it off the top of my head, I might have to work that out, because it's not, because I don't want it going from there straight onto the other layout. I want them both so that the running time, so while one train's in this part of the layout as like an express train, whatever, there's a goods train that's on this side of the layout. So you've got, you know, something to look out on both sides of the layout. It might be a bit hard to keep an eye on, but yeah, that's what I want. So yeah, and then obviously I think it's 2 foot it's going to come out, so I think 2 foot was about here, so more or less where my foot is to there, that's how much space I got. I think it's about 3-ish, 4 foot. Along the back there is where I'll have my bench for doing all my stuff and whatnot. Other than that, there's not much else to discuss really. It's as it is. So I'm just going to pause it there, and I will flip the camera around just so you can see of how bad as it is up here, as I've made it out to be. So right guys, so we're back. I'm going to see if I can get under the light. I am absolutely, I wouldn't say dying is the word, but literally sweat is pouring from everywhere on me. My t-shirt is absolutely drenched. I'm struggling to keep, there you go, see, there's a, that's how bad it is. So yeah, it's quite a big setup. I won't go in on. There'll be plenty of room. The bench underneath there will be, I'm thinking if I can put it so it pivots down underneath the layout, so then I got space for when I have guests, people come round to visit the layout. I know Dave Trains, you said that you wanted to come back. When I got it, when I said that I got it as a basic board and some trains were running, the invite goes to Stu, Valleybrook, Jason at Barnabas, Richard at New Junction. I think there was a few people on Dave's Trains video when it on travelling, visited my layout downstairs, said that they wouldn't mind coming. Hopefully in the winter months I can try and well, from now until then I can try and save a bit of money to get this kick started, so to say. My partner's sister's partner, his dad is a joiner by profession, so I'm going to be asking him to batten out the entire loft for me. As I said, with the layout that's downstairs, me and my father-in-law did it, and it served a purpose till now. There are a few issues with that layout that's, I'm not saying I'm glad I'm ripping it up, but it served a purpose for now. So yeah, that hopefully, I'm not, to be fair, this as it is now, if I can try and get it in, this as it is, I'm not going to venture back up here now for the next few weeks. As I said, I'm absolutely squelching. I've hoovered up in here before. I got my father-in-law to come round and lift this in. As I said, it is very heavy. So yeah, it'll be a nice height up by here. You can see that. So I'm just thinking now, actually I might show you the construction of how these boards are made. I know most people will know the way I did the one downstairs is just 12mm ply with 1x2 or 2x2 going around the edges and 2 strengthening boards in the middle, which is not what I'm doing this time round. It's not that it doesn't work, it's just wanting to take advantage of space, and especially with this one, of how elevated it is. So once I put it on the battening, it will be quite high. So yeah, I'll stop the camera now, and I'll lift up the end piece here, and I will show you, although you've seen it in the beginning, but I'll properly discuss the construction on that. So I'll be back in a sec, guys. Right, so this is the underneath. This is how, in Chester Model Railway Club, is how we've built all our exhibition layouts, just due to the fact of they are once up, although I'm saying this was heavy, but once you've got two, it's heavy for one person. It was heavy for me and my father-in-law, only for the fact of my father-in-law has just had two operations on his knees. He's had like balloon things inserted in some, so he's only now just be able to start walking properly without any pain, so I didn't really want to push him. But these are lightweight. Obviously once you put scenery on top, not that it adds a lot of weight, but it adds a bit of weight. So you've got, I'm just trying to guess now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but 12mm with 1x2 little battenings, same again there, and the gear. You can do this any way you like. Obviously this is at an angle, so it's not straight. But what you'd more or less do is how these two are constructed. Is the exact same principle. One there, one on the bottom, two. I think they're this. I think the side pieces are exactly the same, except for them two have one support beam in the middle there and one there, so it gives it the rigidness of it. So with the wiring, with it being wired up for an exhibition show, we have these wires. These clip into two wires that's underneath there, and so on. These, I'm trying to think now. These two copper wires here are for the bus wire. I will be stripping out most of these wires, especially the bus wire, and be putting in my bus wire. And just for the fact of it's going to be a lot easier to do. And then obviously I'll drill in a hole this side and a hole that side to come through, and on the bottom there. But I'll do it when it's on its battening and it's all laying flat. I'll drill the holes in that way, so then I know then that the bus wire is going the same way. But yeah, it's looking at it, it's a lot of wiring. I do have diagrams on the wiring and where they go and all the rest of it. But yeah, it's simple enough construction on the boards. It's quite easy, I think. I think quite a few people have adopted this this type of construction. I think, is it Jenny E. Kirk? She's got this similar construction, and it does make sense. It makes it more rigid. You're less likely to have warps in the board, because instead of the boards lying flat, they're at that angle, that coming down towards you. So as long as you've got, support beams in the middle, then they're fine, basically. So other than that, that's as I've discussed, that's all my plans for the layout. Just looking down at it now, I think there'll be quite a nice few shots, especially for the camera, especially from this angle, up on it'll be like a little mountain, a hill, whatever, looking down at that, looking at trains. I think that'd be a fantastic shot, and a few other places as well. The also one thing about it using these beams as well, and it being this high, is the camera I showed on my live stream that I got for my birthday. I will be getting a tripod, so videoing, I'll have that set up whatever, and it will be a lot easier and it'll be level. I do have my GoPro as well, which I may see if I can try and find a truck that it can fit on to go around on the layout. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I know others use other different kind of cameras, but I paid quite a few £100 for that GoPro, so I may as well put this to some use. So yeah, they're super quick buildings. They will be getting changed. That one's staying as it is. I want to try and replicate the fields on the back, make them slightly a bit better, and try and make that scenery there tie into all one. So yeah, other than that, I will leave it with a few running video, like few running shots of the layout downstairs. I was going to do one the other day, but it's not as hot as it is in here in the loft. But it was unbearable, so I couldn't. I gave up entirely with the idea. But I'll go in there now, do about 5 minutes of a running video, because I think this video is probably quite lengthy as it is. I'm trying to reduce videos or video lengths would be a good idea. So yeah, I will leave it at that, guys. Finally, yay! We've got somewhere, and something to look at. Obviously, I just need to take all this baby stuff out. All the insulation there. We have got the boards there. How they've done that is the back being there. What I will be doing is I'll just be putting them at an angle, bolting them however way I can really to there, and then whatever gaps at the back of there, just buy 2 or 3 boards, cut them in half, whatever, and fit them in, and see what's available with the space, and try them, especially along there and there, block it off with boarding and whatnot. And along in that gap there, that one, there's a few here. I'll just put expanding foam along there. I don't know if it's the best thing to use, but I'll use that basically. And then obviously put some sheeting across these here. I have been told that to make this place breathable, but I'm not being funny. I don't know how to put in making this place breathable without putting in a loft window, which it's not my house, and I'd need my girlfriend's sister, she's our landlord, so I'd need her permission, but then I'd also need I think some form of planning permission, because I don't think it's in the actual plans of the house to have one in, as the people, this house was originally a shop on the ground floor and a flat up above, and then whoever bought it just converted it into the house as it is. So yeah, I'd like to do it, but I think that's going to cost an awful lot of money, and I don't have that kind of money on me. So yeah, I will leave it at there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching the update. I hope you can see the ideas that I've got in my head, and what I pointed out. I think it will look really good, to be fair. And one, just looking at it now, that points to it, that road there, I will be cutting in and putting into this one. What I might actually do is take away that wall entirely, put in a road that goes along there and then comes down, make it like transition it from like the town into a country road, and then have the road going that way into the yard, or I might have it coming down from there, but we'll see how that goes. To be fair, looking at it, the platform is going to have to be cut off by here, just to allow the trains a smoother transition around the corner. As I said, it's already quite a lengthy platform as it is, so and then obviously one in the middle there. So I really need to ask the guys in Chester Model Club how they built this platform to replicate it the same way. I have got there's trusses there and there. I've got the the roofing bits downstairs. I'll be putting them in. But yeah, other than that, guys, so yeah, I'll leave you with a short running session after I've let my phone cool down, because I can feel my fingers burning already. I'll let my phone cool down for 10-15 minutes, and then I'll go in the back bedroom train room, and I'll take some videos of the trains running, just to make sure that they're all in working order. And I shall see you, well, I think it's Facebook Friday today, isn't it? So I will see everyone, well, I'll be joining in on the chat from home, so I will see everyone there. So see you later, guys.